Hey everybody, here for Love and Hip Hop New York. The two-part reunion. I didn't get to do them. I didn't get to do them when they first aired or whatever, so I'm just gonna do them together. First of all, let me say I'm back. Crochet braids. I actually installed them myself, and it was pretty easy. I didn't know how easy it would be to do them. It was pretty simple. It was pretty simple. Pretty simple. Wasn't hard. And now I'm kind of wearing it. Like I added like some more packs, so now it looks kind of like it's bigger than how it was originally. But I like it bigger. I like it. I'm gonna have fun with it. So I kind of like put it in a little small ponytail type thing. I know you can hear my daughter. She's driving me crazy right now. So let's get into it. So it started off with Remy and Pap shutting down the rumors and resolving issues with family and whatnot. Now, first of all, I did hear the rumor saying that Pap cheated on Remy the whole time she was locked up and whatnot. I didn't believe it for a second because Papoose is very passionate about his wife. He made no, he never once, denied how much he loved Remy. Like, he couldn't wait for her to get home, and that's why his paranoia was on 10 this season, because he didn't want Remy to get into any type of trouble that could cause her to go back to jail. So I never believed the rumor that he cheated on Remy when she was locked up. I always knew it was a rumor, because it's like all these years she was locked up, nothing was said. Now all of a sudden Remy is out of jail and this person has a whole mouthful to say about Papoose having sex with them or whatever. Ain't nobody believe that, and that's why he shut the rumors down. He's like, ain't nothing happened. I love my wife and I held her down for those 6 years and we did it and we're happy and we're good. And that's how I took it too. So now we get to Remy, Mariah, and Yandy with the whole BFF thing. And, Rashida was doing the absolute most at this reunion to me. Like, she was doing too much, like the yelling and whatnot. Like, she's like so upset with Yandy because she feels like Yandy is being fake. Okay, granted, I can understand that, but I don't feel like Yandy is being fake. I feel like Yandy just doesn't want to stoop to your level of ratchetness. Like, you throw fists first and then you ask questions later. So I don't think Yandy wants anything to do with that. I think Yandy is just like whatever, like she's a lady about it. And Rashida is like, see, Yandy likes to throw her. No, she's like, Yandy is, she just acts so fake. Like, she wants to pretend like she doesn't know that my friend, that her friend and me have beef or whatever, when she knows. And Yandy is like, okay. She was like, you know what, Rashida, I think your thing with me is that you just have CT. You can't take me. And Yandy is like, I can understand, beef is beef, but business is business. And Rashida picked the wrong time to want to fight and whatnot and do what she did with that girl. And I'm like, right. And then even Mo was like, you want to try and tell me what to do as a manager, but you sat around and you did the same exact thing I did. You throwing drinks and you fighting. And I'm like, right. Call her out on her stuff. And Rashida was just doing too much. Like, she was just over the top, and I was just over her. Like, after they first asked her a question, I was just over her being on camera after a while. So we get to Mo and Mariah Lynn. And Mariah Lynn admits, once upon a time, not long ago, she was a hoe. And she admitting it, she won't take it back because she did the ish. So she's like, everybody has a past or whatever. And it goes to Cisco, and she was like, because Mo had said something, and she's like, but you was so bad, I took your man after the first episode. Cisco, here he come. Let's be clear. I wasn't with none of y'all. Y'all was claiming me. I wasn't claiming y'all. I'm like, Cisco, please, because both the seasons you done been on Love and Hip Hop, you look stupid. Okay, you look stupid going after somebody that Rich doesn't even care about. You look stupid trying to play Diamond when you played yourself. Like, you just look stupid. And then you sitting up here and you so hyped, you talking about some, y'all was claiming me, I wasn't claiming y'all. Please, because you was walking around here trying to get with Mariah Lynn. Him and Mo, I didn't really see them together, but he was all over Mariah Lynn. And he needs to stop. Like, he really wasn't. He's sitting up here trying to play like he was trying to play her. And I don't feel like Mariah Lynn was trying to play him. I feel like Mariah Lynn was just, weighing her options. And then when she decided she wanted to be with Cisco, she was going to cut Rich off. But that's when they tried to set her up or whatever and make it seem like she was playing the both of them. When she wasn't. I don't feel like she was. So, again, Mo feels like Ra isn't practicing what she preaches a, as a manager. And she as a manager, she's supposed to set examples when she wasn't. And I'm like, again, I'm glad that they called Ra on her stuff. And then Mo is gonna say that she feels like Bianca only deserved the Gwen Fest winning because Remy is her friend. And Remy basically told her, listen, if you ain't the favorite, make yourself the favorite. Like, that has nothing to do with it. You sitting up here saying that she won because I'm her friend. That had nothing to do with it. Her skills and her performance and all of that, that's how she won the fest. So you saying that, she's the favorite or whatever, make yourself the favorite, and then maybe people will pick you next time. So, let me go back. You got your nose all in the camera. Oh my God, little girl. We can see what you thinking. So, okay. So, now we get to management, and we get to experience and etiquette as far as Ra goes and whatnot. So, Mo said that Ra and Mo had no beef prior to filming the show, and that she only communicated with Lexi. She never communicated with her, never bothered to. And that's kind of like, trying to fix this, feels funny. That's kind of like, miscommunication on Ra's part, because if you're a manager, whether you like your clients or not, you're still supposed to keep in contact with the both of them because you manage the both of them. So y'all supposed to have open communication as manager, client, whatever. So this is how I know editing was a little bit weird, because out of nowhere, Cardi B goes off for some big girl on the screen and like, why you even here, bitch? Why you even here? Remember when you said I was going to be nothing but a stripper? Now look at you, bitch, watching me. And I'm like, where did this come from? I feel like they edited that so wrong, because I know I wasn't the only one watching this confused as I don't know what. But I mean, I was just sitting there like, well, alrighty then. And then they showed the girl that she was talking to, and I'm like, well, I should just go on the VH1 website and find out who this girl is that she talking to, because I don't even know who she is. It was just weird. The editing was so off. So now we get to Mo, Mariah, Lynn, and Cisco, and Cisco, yet again, is saying that the ladies claimed him. He wasn't claiming them. And, Mo was like, he wants to sit up here and talk a good game like he wasn't claiming me. Ooh. We were only dating a couple of months, but you was telling me not to see other people. And why would you do that if you wasn't trying to take me serious? So Cisco ain't had no answer for that. So Cardi B is up there, and Cardi feels like BBOD are bullies. And I agree, because when it came to, what was it? When I think Mariah Lynn and Lexi had that altercation in the back. Hold on, I'm replying back to a text. I hate when people text me or call me while I'm recording. I'm sorry, y'all. I put my phone on silent. I hate when people do that. I like to get my videos done and move on, okay? So, yeah. When it was the altercation between Mariah Lynn and Lexi, oh my God, this phone. I don't want to type anything. I just want to read my notes. So, yeah. When it came to Mariah Lynn and Lexi having their altercation at Rashida's event, they were going back and forth. So when Lexi went back to Mo and told Mo what happened with Mariah Lynn, Mo at some point said, oh, so what you mean to tell me is if I was there, we would have got it cracking. This would have happened. And I'm like, it sounds like y'all gonna try and jump this girl. And you know, Mariah Lynn is but this big. But Mariah Lynn, for her to be so little, she holds her own. She ain't afraid of BBOD. And I mean, she doesn't have reason to be. But I do feel like they were coming more at Mariah Lynn because of how small she was and whatnot. And then they, you know, Cardi B was like, y'all did say something about her weight, about how she's like, you know, only 100 pounds soaking wet or whatever, like y'all could rock her. So Cardi B was calling them bullies. They ain't like the fact that Cardi B was calling them bullies. And, you know, Lexi is like, everybody always got a problem with BBLD. Yeah, because y'all are bullies. Y'all are. I mean, it's apparent. Like, y'all can't fight your own battles. Y'all got to sit up here and fight them together. And it's just, So, you know, Lexi was doing too much. I was like, everybody got a problem with BBLD. So Cardi, you know, it was getting heated between her, Lexi, and Mariah Lynn. Mariah Lynn was like, you talking about something, you would blow me. Well, then, bitch, blow. Blow. And I'm like, okay. So then Cardi B gets up and throws her shoe. Mo and Lexi about to fight Mariah Lynn and Cardi. And, you know, Lexi is like, who is she? I don't even know her. I don't even know why she involved. She gonna get diabetes from how salty she is. I'm like, what? Mama, okay, whatever. So then after everything calmed down, they moved to Cisco, Mariah Lynn, and Rich. So they're basically calling Mariah Lynn a slide. Like, basically she was somebody, you know, Rich admitted she was somebody that he slept with years ago, but it was nothing major. It wasn't nothing as serious as people trying to make it out to be. So, Mariah Lynn shut him down real quick and was like, no, dude, it was something more than what it was because I was pregnant by you. And I think she had an abortion or miscarriage. I don't know. I don't remember. But, yeah, she's like, I'm not a slide. Don't try and make me out to be a slide. We were together and, you know, stuff happened. And it is what it is. But don't try and make it seem like I'm scum of the earth and you just slept with me and I was just another notch under your belt. So, I think Cisco after a while felt bad for treating Mariah Lynn the way that he did. Yeah, it was Cisco. He felt bad after a while. Get from back there. For treating Mariah Lynn the way that he did because he said once he saw that she was, you know, a family woman and she was all about her brothers and sisters and her mom, he felt bad because, you know, she was a real person outside of that. And I'm like, yeah, Cisco, like, you know, Mariah Lynn was a hustler and she was hustling for her family, you dingbat. So it shifts to Rich and his daddy duties with his daughter Ashley. And, you know, Rich was really working hard to be, you know, a diehard dad and a diehard parent for his daughter. But, you know, Miracle came and she shut all that down. She's like, I saw this on Instagram. She posting that she got her belly. This is a lot of hair to handle, y'all, but I'm going to handle it. She posting on Instagram her belly ring, you know, just basically getting her thottishness on on the internet. Put that in the garbage. So, you know, Nina Parker was like, was it a shock for you when you had that talk with your daughter about her being a virgin? He said, listen, us leading up to that scene that you saw in the show with her finally admitting it, we've had talks prior to that, and she lied all the way up until it was aired on TV, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, Rich at this point just feels like, you know, this is just his karma for being a creep, you know, that he got a daughter. But they usually say, when you screw women over, God gets you back by giving you a daughter. That's how it usually goes. And notice, all these men that's doing dirt to these women, they all have daughters. Peter, Cisco, Rich, Self, all of them have daughters. And y'all are supposed to be the first example of what your daughters see in a man. Sad. So, now we get to the conclusion with Peter, Amina, Tara, and Whitney. And this gave me a headache, but yeah. So, you know, Tara is like, I was with this man for 13, 14 common law years, and you got with him on National Side Chick Day and decided, oh, you know, your anniversary is February 15th. That's National Side Chick Day, and now all of a sudden y'all married and blah, blah, blah. So, Amina's just over Tara acting like she's better, she's strong, when she's just like Amina. And I'm like, yeah, y'all are basically cut from the same cloth. The only difference is, at least Amina ain't really admit to it either. Amina hasn't lied about it either. Amina's been like pretty honest and upfront about it. And I mean, Tara, from what I heard, she was just, from what everybody's been hearing, she got with Peter when he was with some next chick. So, I mean, who really knows? So, Nina asked Whitney how she feels about it. And, Whitney is just like, I'm disgusted. Like, I feel like this is a movie, but it's real life. And this is, it's crazy. Like, all of this that's going on, it's crazy. So, Nina was like, how come you married Amina and not Tara? And, Peter was like, well, I'm just not the marrying type. And I'm like, how is that so when the first chance you got, you jumped on marrying Amina? Like, I'm so confused. So, Nina was just basically asking, how did this happen? Like, how did you become pregnant? Like, what really happened? Tara's like, I had a moment. It went there. I took my plan B. It failed. And, we have a baby. And I don't regret it. And, Peter's like, I don't regret it either. He's going to be here in 2 weeks. And I can't wait to kiss his little face up or whatever. So, Nina asked Amina, how she felt about the fact that he's getting a vasectomy and the fact that Tara is going to be the last person to give Peter a baby. So, Amina sat there. Give it to me. Amina sat there and she was like, well, give it to me. At first, I was upset with the whole abortion thing because it's something that I did not want to do. But, I don't really feel no ways about it because I know that she's not the last person to have his kids. And, she sat there playing with her little ponytail. He's not the last, she's not the last person to have his baby. And, Nina is like, what you mean? She's like, well, I'm pregnant. And then, yes. No, I don't want a shirt. So, Rashida is like, ooh, what? I don't want the shirt. Get down. So, Rashida is like, ooh, and Bianca like, Jesus Christ. Like, she caught the spirit real quick. And that's basically where the first part ended. And I was in tears. I rewinded it because I watched it on demand. I rewinded when Amina announced that she was pregnant like 3 times. And I looked at everybody's facial expression. And it was hilarious. Tara was like, Peter was like, Rashida, Bianca, fix it. Like, and I just died laughing at all their expressions because I'm like, yeah, this is just ratchet, but it is what it is. That was the first part. I'm gonna go straight into the second part because I'm not gonna separate them. I'm gonna just put them all together. It was a 2-part reunion, so I'm gonna just go straight into the second part. So now we pick up where we left off. The reunion, the first part with, them asking Mina about her pregnancy, and she said she just basically refused to have another abortion. She went through it the first time. It's not what she wanted. And she did want more kids. That's why she was so upset about Tara being pregnant. So they were asking, do you think it's a competition, between you and Tara for who's having his baby or whatever? And, everybody in the audience was like, yes. I think even Whitney was like, yes, it is. Like, it does seem like it's a competition because it's like going back and forth. Like, when does it end? It's like never ending. So, Tara's like, I do think it's a competition because you had an abortion, you was pregnant, then you had an abortion, and now you're pregnant by the same person you claim you don't want to be with. Like, who does that? And, Amina is like, yeah, but you claim to be over Peter, and you're not over Peter, so, what are you really saying? She was like, oh, and earlier I called you a groupie, and I called you a side chick. I'm going to use proper etiquette and call you a mistress. How does that sound? That sound better? So they going back and forth. And, when they asked Whitney seems to be, and Whitney is younger than all of these people that's on the stage right now. And Whitney seems to be the only level-headed one. And, Nina's asking her, like, what do you think? And, Whitney is like, this is not a game. This is not a competition for cars. This is not a competition for materialistic things. These are babies that y'all are bringing into this world. And it's like y'all are going back and forth. And I'm like, yes, tell it. Tell these grown people, these 30-plus-year-old people, that they need to grow up and stop the buffoonery. So, basically Nina asked what's the status of relationship, and Peter is saying that they're not together. Amina says she moved out with the baby, so basically she's single. They're not together. They may get a divorce, whatever. I seen a picture of Amina with her belly bump and her daughter earlier, and I have to say she does look beautiful, pregnant. And it is what it is. Like, live your life, homegirl. Like, just do you, which is what you should have done in the beginning. But you live and you learn. I mean, if you make the same stupid mistakes, that's the definition of insanity. So I mean, maybe Tara and Amina are insane, and they just don't know it. So then it goes to Cardi B, and this was definitely Cardi B. Like that, Cardi really provided like the ratchet. Like she had the right level of ratchet for this show. But she was funny. She was the one that every time she popped up on your screen, you knew she would lighten the mood. Like when they got too serious. Like let's say if we just get off of a scene with Mendeecees or whatever, Cardi B, and you go straight into a scene with Cardi B. Cardi B would lighten the entire mood and change it. So they did all of her scenes, her infamous Forever, that I reenacted some reviews ago. And they did like, other things she was saying, I'm about that shmoney, I'm regular, degular, smuggler girl from the Bronx, when she do that laugh, and she, about that shmoney. Like, I can't make the face like her, but Cardi B is a mess. So, everybody was talking about her dialect, and she said, listen, I have a mother who's Trini, and she speaks broken English, and I have a dad who's, he's from the islands, and he doesn't speak English at all. So my accent and everything, it comes from the streets. And then when you don't learn it properly in the house, you learn it from the streets. And maybe the streets is not the best place to learn it, but you learn it how you learn it. Like I was born and raised in New York. My dialect comes from that, and then it comes from friends that's from the South, somebody that's from here. I just learned it. It's just like a big old pot of gumbo or whatever. It just stuck to me or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So, Cardi is just basically, taken from this season, being herself. She didn't really understand how popular she had become online, but, she's just, everything she's done, she's just been naturally herself. So then they get into the topic of men using women, women using men. And, Cardi is like, listen, the weirdest thing a guy has ever done for me is like pay my bills because he liked me. And she's like, well, some guy's talking about, hey, I'm married. I'm just looking for a good time. I'm not looking for nothing serious. And she's like, okay, well, I'm just looking for my bills to be paid. So what's up? So here come Peter Guns offering his 2 cents, talking about, I wish this thing would stop jumping. Goodness. So, Peter talking about something. Well, if you offering a man your vagina and you expect for him to pay for you, that's called hoeing. So Remy is like, no. She's not saying that it's hoeing. She's saying that if you want to lay with me and you want to be with me, would you not have a place for me to wash my ass? Would you not have a place for me to stay up and be safe and have shelter or whatever? That's not hoeing. And, so Cardi is like, well, listen, not Remy. Yandy was even saying, listen, when you're in a relationship, period, you're in a relationship to be used. You're taking from the other person. That other person's taking from you. Stop. So, it's being used, but not in a negative sense. So, Cardi was like, listen, what do you give these women? Do you pay their bills? And he's like, absolutely. So Amina was like, no, he does pay his part. She was like, yeah, but you got Amina who's talented and Tara who's smart, and you got them both looking dumb on TV for you. So how can you have an opinion about all of this? And Peter's like, wait a minute, do you even know me? She was like, no, I just know what I see on TV. Like, you a washed up has-been rapper who got these women looking crazy on TV over you, and they shouldn't have to. So, it got heated between him and Peter. He's like, you know what? You young, you stupid. Like, I think them butt shots you got done got into your bloodstream. And she's like, no, I'm just being real. And I'm just going off of what I see on TV, and how you treat these women is just garbage. And I'm like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't care what nobody say. Cardi B read Peter for filth, because that's something that he needed to hear. I mean, she later on apologized for it. They apologized to each other. But what she said to him, he needed to hear. Because Peter, he keeps continuing down this same cycle every season. And I swear to God, if he comes back on Love and Hip Hop next season, talking about being caught between Amina and Tara, I'm just gonna sit there like, I'm over it. I really am. I'm so over it. Like it's annoying at this point, and it's like, all of y'all are stupid. Just all three of y'all stupid. And Cardi B went in and she had every reason to. So she said what all of us would been thinking these past 3 seasons. So now we get into this annoying love triangle with Self, Yorma, and Rose. And it was annoying because Self is not even a looker. He's nobody to be fighting over. He's just annoying. And just like Peter Guns, they ain't nobody to be mad over, fighting over, or whatever. So Nina was asking him if the ring that was in the house that Yorma found was really the cleaning lady's ring. And he's like, yeah, it really was her ring, you know. So he was like, I wasn't laughing when she was asking me. I was smiling because I knew it was a cleaning lady's ring. And I'm like, no, you were laughing because you're playing Yorma. And you're laughing in her face because basically you're, calling her stupid to her face. So Cardi claims that, her and Yorma got into the fight because Self is her side dude. And she's like, I didn't know Yorma. So for her to come at me about Self, that's what set me off or whatever. So I never knew that he had a girlfriend. I wasn't hearing anything. He was still calling me. We were still hanging out or whatever. So for her to say that she's his girlfriend, it threw me for a loop. So Cardi was basically blowing Self up to Yorma, saying how they were still messing around. He was still calling her. He was still talking to her, how he was messing with all kinds of girls, and she don't take him serious because, he is who he is. He's still messing around with girls. He ain't gonna stop. Even if, why would, she's like, why would Yorma think she's the only one when he got girls everywhere? So when they asked Rose about Yorma, and she's like, listen, at the end of the day, she's irrelevant. She's still irrelevant. And, we slept together and that's that. Well, she didn't outright admit that they slept together, but Nina had asked. And, Self was like, I don't. And, she asked Rose, and Rose was like, I want him to answer. And he was like, I don't remember. So Rose finally said, yes, we slept together. And Yorma is like, wow. No. So, Yorma is like, Nyla, what? Okay. So Yorma is like, I'm not answering you no more. You're not saying nothing. So Rose is like, okay, well, we were together 2 weeks ago. And Yorma's like, okay, don't play like we weren't together 3 days ago. And yes, we had sex. So, he was saying, well, my relationship at the time with Yorma was up in limbo. She wasn't answering my calls. So, yes, I did sleep with Rose or whatever. So, here comes Peter. He came out of nowhere and he was like, yo, Self, you can't do this. You got to pick one. So, when he said that, originally, I saw the video of it like last week sometime on Facebook. And I thought it was serious. But when I saw it tonight, I saw he was joking. I'm like, okay, as long as you know that you in this same situation, you ain't pick one. He was like, nah, I had to say it. I'm like, okay, lighten the mood or whatever. So, they were asking Cardi about the whole Yorma situation. She's like, listen, the only reason why I just left it where it is because I know how Self is. I used to date him. So I felt like I felt like my revenge on Yorma was for her to keep Self because he is who he is and he gonna give her hell, and that's exactly what he did. And I'm like, Cardi has a point. So, that was that with that, moving on. So now we get down to the real drama that I ain't even know was major drama, but let's go. So naturally, Mendeecees family are like, discussing, basically life without Mendeecees because we all know he turned himself in to do 8 years. And, Yandy and everybody, they're watching the footage back of Mendeecees telling his kids that he has to leave for a while and all kinds of stuff. So, Nina asked Yandy how she feels about watching the footage back. And she's like, it's kind of bittersweet because, hold on. Yeah, because this, it was too low. She's saying it's kind of bittersweet because, um, hold on, it was bittersweet because we were just trying to come together as one, and stuff happens, and Mendeecees really wants us to be a family unit, and it's just a lot. So Kim, who's Samantha's mother, that's Lil Mendeecees' mom, grandmother. Um, well, Lil Mendeecees' mom's, Lil Mendeecees' mother's mother. Yeah. So she said that she feels like Yandy portrays this role, this role as she's the greatest stepmother ever, and she don't even have her kids half of the time. So Yandy is like, well, I don't even know where this is coming from. Like, this is coming left. So Kim, basically, how she said it, it came out wrong, but I feel like she meant it because her and Samantha was on some next stuff, and Miss Judy, they were on some next stuff at this reunion. Like Samantha was just very resting bitch face, very pig headed. Like I was just like, why y'all on this show if this how y'all gonna act? So they feel like Samantha and them, they feel like that that Yandy doesn't have she doesn't have respect for Samantha and Asim's mother, Erica, as moms. Like she just takes the kids, she doesn't ask, she doesn't consult with them, she just takes them and does what she wants with them. And Yandy is like, well, I'm I love your kids like they're my own. I'm not trying to be their mom, but I love them because I love their father, and I love them because I consider them mine as well. And Judy, Mama Judy, be throwing shade. She do throw shade all the time to Samantha and her mother. And Judy had brought up, when they were talking about Mendeecees going to jail and taking little Mendeecees to see him, Samantha's like, I don't really know how I feel about that because I don't think I want him influenced by that. And, she's like, well, what about when you did what you did? What about when you did what you did? And, Kim is like, see, she's always trying to portray like Samantha's this bad mom and she don't do for her son when she always has her son. Like, come on. So they getting all riled up or whatever, about to fight. And Kim is just bouncing around security like, don't touch me. Get off me. Get off me. Get off me. So it was just a lot. But Judy was doing a lot too. So then when they calmed it down, they were talking about how long Mendeecees and Yandy been together, because Nina was like, oh, it seems that Asim and Amir are, they're close in age. And she's like, yeah, they're a year apart. Samantha's like, well, correction, they're 10 months apart. And, Nina's like, well, what does that mean? And so she's like, well, as far as I know, there was some type of, well, no, Yandy was saying there was a break and Erica got pregnant when her and Mendeecees was on a break and they got back together. Samantha was saying that Erica and Mendeecees was dating for a while. She knows Erica personally, and Erica and Mendeecees were dating for a while, and then like Yandy came along, and basically she made it seem like Yandy stole Mendeecees from Erica, and I'm like, I don't know, okay, I guess. So it's just two different stories, and Sam is like, Judy just feels like Sam is, Samantha is just playing a role. Like, she wants to be taken serious, but nobody cares. And I mean, I can't really say, what Samantha does as a mom. Like, we've seen, I mean, all this time, we knew that Lil Mendeecees was from a previous relationship, and we haven't really seen his mom until, like, how long Yandy been on Love and Hip Hop? We first saw Mendeecees season 3. And I think the first time we saw Samantha was like season 4. I think season 4, season 5 somewhere. So yeah, because I think this is season 6, right? I don't remember. I'm over the season already. But yeah. So I mean, we've seen Samantha here and there. We haven't really seen Asim's mother like that because I mean, she's not really into being in the public eye, which makes a lot of sense. So it's just no resolve. Like they just ended on like a sour note or whatever. So then they showed this unseen footage that they recorded like the day that Mendeecees left to turn himself in, and he's saying goodbye to the kids. He's giving Omer a hug and a kiss. Skylar is crying. He's giving her a hug and a kiss. So him, Yandy, Lil Mendeecees, and Mama Judy, they all get in the car to, go to the facility. And, Yandy is in tears. Lil Mendeecees just sitting there. Mendeecees talks to him and tells him he loves him and that he's going to see him soon and all this other stuff. And just watching this whole thing just made me want to break out in tears for them because they are all sitting in that car on edge. And, like, even at one point, the camera pans outside and you can see the facility. And it's like, it's real. Like, they're right there. So everybody in the car is just emotional and crazy. So they get out the car and Mendeecees got people there waiting for him and he's giving people this and he's like, hold on to this and hold on to that. So as they're about to go walk for him to turn himself in, the people that run the facility, like I guess the guards or whatever, they were like, listen, you got to cut these cameras off because they don't allow cameras and stuff in prison. So they like, you need to cut these cameras off. So it cuts off and leaves it there. So even watching that, you would think, okay, that would soften the whole, like that would ease the tension between Yandy, Judy, Samantha, and Kim. But it really didn't. Samantha was still being pigheaded, and she's like, I really don't think I would expose Mendeecees to going to see his father in prison or whatever. So, Peter is like, well, watching that, wouldn't that make the situation better and make you see that this is a time that y'all need to come together and whatnot? Samantha is like, we'll just have to talk about it. But right now, I don't even think that's a discussion we need to have. So Papoose and Remy jump in. And Remy is like, listen, my son was 7 when I went to jail. And the whole entire time I was in jail, the only thing I wish I would have done was spent time and saw my son. And, Samantha's like, well, he can call, he can write, he can email. And they're like, that's not the same. He has to physically see his kids. And I'm like, she's being so stubborn right now. And I'm like, you know what? Either way, Yandy gonna find a way to get that baby to see his father. Like, something is gonna happen. Like, Mendeecees might have to step in and say something. I mean, he can't do much behind bars, but maybe he could put a bug in Samantha's ear and he could help resolve it. And I'm sitting up here like, if Mendeecees is watching this in prison right now, I know he's very disappointed to see his family acting a fool like this on TV. I know he is very disappointed. So I thought, like, shout out to Peter, Papoose, and Remy for offering their advice because it was well needed advice at that time. So then they basically left it on Mendeecees leaving, Yandy a message. And, Yandy, they showed a little, her, they got the camera focused on her in the corner and she blew a kiss to Mendeecees in the message. And then, they put the camera on Samantha. Samantha just sitting there like, I'm like, she is just so salty for no reason. Like, it is just no reason at all. Like, I ain't really like how her and her mother was acting. Her mother or Miss Judy, I ain't like how they were acting on this part of the reunion at all. And then we get to the end of the show and Remy Ma's performing her song Hands Down. She got on like this silver liquid suit looking all, Catwomanish mixed with Storm from X-Men. So, her performance was nice. I liked the song. So then it ended basically with Cardi and Peter. Like I said earlier, they apologized to each other. And, Peter is like, well, it was just a heated moment and I didn't mean to insult you or talk about what? Okay, you're not saying anything. You keep calling me, but you don't say anything. Yeah. Let me finish this. So they apologized to each other. And you know, Cardi is like, yeah, I don't know you, but I just go from what I know. You know, I'm a viewer like everybody else. I'm going by what I see on TV. And I just had to say my opinion and whatnot. But you know, it is what it is. We don't know each other, so you know, I'm sorry. So they were mature and they admitted that. So when they went to Rich, Rich was like, you know, I love Moniece. I'm gonna go get my girl. And I'm like, I'm guessing this is a setup for when Love and Hip Hop Hollywood come back. I guess because that was like so random. But I'm like, all right, Rich, you go and get your girl. If you feel like Moniece is the one for you, listen, love is love. Get your girl. You feel like she's the one for you. Go ahead, brother. Have at it. Love is love. And that's basically where it ended. So this was a crazy season of Love and Hip Hop New York. I was entertained, thoroughly entertained with the new people they added. So, you know, it wasn't that bad. I'm excited for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as well as Black Ink Crew because my one of my best friends that I've known for like damn near 15 years is going to be on this season of Black Ink Crew, and I cannot wait to, you know, I already know his story, you know. I already know who he is as a person. So I just cannot wait to see him on TV and him have his moment. I'm so happy for him. You know, just like Miss Nika from the Ghetto View, shout out to her. It's all about support. And I support those who support me, and I support you regardless if you're trying to be up and coming. I support you in whatever you do. That's what I try to do. So, yes, I'm excited for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm excited for Black Ink Crew. I cannot wait for it to come on. I don't really know how to feel. I'm going to feel so weird watching my friend on TV, but I already shouted him out and whatnot and told him I will be watching it. One of these reviews that I do on Black Ink Crew, he said he'll probably try and join me on a review. So look out for that. I'm really going to try and make that happen because we're going to have so much fun. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching and rocking out to me. This has been, it's hard doing these reviews weekly, but I'm going to hang in there and I'm going to knock them out. I told you I was going to knock them out, and I told you I was going to be back, and I'm back. So, yes. I do have to catch up on Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I'll catch up on Sunday because Sunday is the conclusion. Empire comes on Wednesday. Yes. Yes, I can't wait because how it ended last season, my heart. But I can't wait to see the new season. I can't wait to see what they got up their sleeve for this season. So I will be reviewing that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Later.